Hello. So I'm back with my second video. Happy New Year's if you celebrate. So in my first video, I explained the science of social engineering and how it was used not only to disarm me, but to ultimately eradicate my reach and influence via the attempt to disintegrate my reputation. Being a solid individual, I have a solid reputation as a result. And not because I built it, but because I've always been true to me. By simply abiding by that which I respect. So, the annihilation reputation operation via social engineering failed, consequently leaving the conquer and divide vehicle stranded with no juice, seemingly leading them to resort to more desperate measures. So, on Monday, December 21st, I visited my storage unit and discovered a gaping hole shared between my unit and the neighboring one. So, between my unit and the one next to mine. I realized that my black plastic storage tote, like it's not large, but medium size storage tote filled with photo albums, years old photo albums. I am a heavy photo collector, or whatever you want to call it. Filled with photo albums and some expandable file organizers filled with years of personal documents, being that I am also a heavy record keeper. Being that this was the only thing taken, one or all of the following are true. A, they were looking for information that would provide justification for their illegal evasion of my privacy. B, because I am usually alone with the exception of my son, I do not talk on the phone much, and sending people to engage me for the sake of extracting whatever information they are looking for, they felt whatever they took would help them get to know me better. Or C, whatever they found when they illegally hacked into my devices did not provide them with enough to properly duplicate the drip. And when I say the drip, I'm just talking about my essence, to properly duplicate the drip. So looking at my old photos would help them get to know me better so that they could so that they could better get into character. Who knows? When I noticed when I notified the attendant, he didn't sound surprised at all. Neither did he attempt to come back and evaluate the damage. He asked what was taken and suggested I file an insurance claim, being that the hole was shared by the neighboring unit and mine. I would have thought to at least check to see who the neighboring unit belonged to in order to see if they were aware of the hole and what may have taken place. But ironically, that was not suggested. After I recorded the damage, the attendant made his way back, still more interested in what was taken than how. He suggested that if government papers were taken, then maybe someone was interested in stealing my identity. Being that the hole is located right next to where the tote was located, and only as tall and as wide as the tote, I highly doubt that there was a break-in. In fact, whomever took it did not enter through the hole they created to set the scene. Upon finding my storage in this way, I immediately decided to close it down, but decided against that shortly after. I called the attendant to let him know that I am keeping the unit and asked that he secure it. For a whole week, I received not one call, at least giving an update on what may have happened. I went to take a look on December 30th, The office was closed early, my storage unit was unsecured, and some of my son's furniture, along with his large bin of toys, was missing. Despite the fact that on my initial visit on 12/21, not long after I had expressed to him that I no longer wanted the unit, I quickly changed my mind and asked him to secure it for the sake of having something to show when reporting it. So I'm in my storage, and clearly someone has come in my storage and taken what they feel is of importance for whatever reason. And the person that runs this place is saying that had to have been a break-in. But there are CDs left in here, of course, on purpose. That's not mine. That don't belong to me. Of course. A big bag of 2 pillows and something else that don't belong to me left in here on purpose. And a whole lot of my things are missing. And the suggestion from the guy up front was to file an insurance claim. He wasn't surprised. He didn't ask to come see, didn't ask anything. Shit crazy.